Hey everyone, I'm Sugandha and you're watching Ready with HR and I hope so you all are well and you all are waiting for this day 10 HR metrics and analytics and this is 15 days workshop where we are discussing lots and lots of important things. So let's have a quick recap, and if you want to skip this recap, please just skip around 2 to 3 minutes and then you can start from today's session. But yes, my advice is just have a look on this recap because there I would be telling you what all sessions we have discussed, and if you have missed any of this session, any of these days, though yes, you can check it from the pin comment. Okay, so on day 1 we have discussed about introduction to HR, what are the key functions related to HR. On day 2 we have discussed about how we can align HR goals with organizational strategy. And on day 3 we have discussed about recruitment planning and strategy, how we can plan the recruitment, what is job analysis and what is job description. On day 4 we have discussed sourcing and attracting talent, what is effective sourcing and how we can attract the talent. With that only we have discussed about the interviewing processes and the interviewing techniques actually, and what are the selection processes used in hiring. On day 5, we have discussed very important session, that is diversity and inclusion in hiring, and yes, how we can adopt this. Next, on day 6, we have discussed about employee onboarding, yes, how we can welcome an employee and what is employee engagement. On day 7, we have discussed about performance management and feedback. There we have discussed about performance appraisal methods as well. On day 8, we have discussed about learning and development. Is it similar to training and development? So no, we have discussed what is learning and development. On day 9, we have discussed about the employee relations and conflict resolution, how we can resolve employees' conflict on the consistent basis without being biased. Now today we are going to discuss about HR metrics and analytics, and yes, there will be a separate session on data analysis and interpretation followed by predictive analytics, but yes, today we are going to discuss it by mixing both the things like metrics and analytics. So now what is HR metrics and analytics? So yes, obviously it's a systematic measurement and analysis of human resources data. We need to understand this thing, that it is very simple, that whatever human resource data is available, we have to analyze that, but in a systematic manner, that is systematic measurement, so that informed decision making could be done, and we can improve organizational performance and drive strategic initiatives within an organization. So yes, obviously it involves what? We have to collect, we have to analyze and interpret data related to various aspects of the workforce, which can be and which are such as like recruitment, retention, performance, engagement and employee satisfaction. So yes, it's very simple. We have to analyze the data with a specific measurement. It's easily available, like metrics are measurement. We can measure it so that we can analyze the data, and yes, we can come on to some conclusion for decision making, for strategic initiatives and for improving organizational performance. This is very simple HR metrics and analytics. So let's dwell into the components, and after that we are going to discuss about the importance of HR metrics and analytics. So first and foremost component is key performance indicators. Very important, key performance indicator. There are some indicators related to performance. We have that key, that is actually key performance indicator. Basically this is identifying and tracking key metrics that align with organizational goals and objectives, such as what can be employee turnover rates, obviously time to hire, cost per hire and revenue per employee. Okay, this is the key metrics. Next is recruitment metrics. Now assessing the effectiveness of recruitment efforts by analyzing metrics such as sourcing channels, applicant quality, time to fill and offer acceptance rates. So recruitment metrics is we are measuring things related to recruitment, and what are those things? Yes, obviously we are assessing recruitment efforts by analyzing these metrics, and they are like sourcing channels, applicant quality, time to fill, and yes, offer acceptance rates. Next is retention metrics. Now, measuring employee turnover rates, retention rates, and factors contributing to attrition such as yes, job satisfaction, compensation, and career development opportunities. Now, as the name suggests, retention metrics, so things will be related to retention. So what all things are related to retention? Why we are talking about job satisfaction here? We are talking about job satisfaction because if an employee is satisfied, then there are high chances that that employee will not leave the organization. Okay, will not resign from the organization. There are high chances. There is no guarantee, but there are high chances. Same thing is with the compensation. If you are providing competitive structure, if you are providing competitive compensation and benefits, then yes, employee will stay because everyone in the market, every company in the market is paying same compensation and benefits. So yes, employee will never try to leave or join any other company. Plus, we are offering other things as well. That is job satisfaction, and yes, career development opportunities as well. Okay. Next is performance metrics. Now, as the name suggests, you can guess also by yourself that we are talking about performance here. So, evaluating individual and team performance against predetermined goals and objectives. Now, I have seen several times that goals and objectives are not defined, and bosses, managers, they're expecting their team members to do n number of things which are not decided. I understand that whenever we do any project, there are chances that yes, there are n number of roles and responsibilities which arise on daily basis. But here we are talking about certain goals and objectives that should be predefined before the project or before the task. Okay, you can't expect big goals to be achieved even if they are not decided. Okay, yes, there are various small responsibilities, day to day roles and responsibilities which we need to perform even if they are not decided related to any project. But when we are assessing the performance, then we can't assess that performance on the basis of undefined goals and objectives. There we have to check predefined goals and objectives using metrics, yes, such as obviously productivity, sales performance, and customer satisfaction ratings. Okay. Next is employee engagement metrics. Again, important, how much employee is engaged. I have talked about this so many times that it's not only compensation that will make a person feel comfortable at a place. That's not only benefits, that's not only incentives, that's not only monetary part, and that's not only non-monetary part. It is a combination of monetary, non-monetary things which make an employee satisfied at a workplace, and that is what we say how much employee is engaged, that job satisfaction, that my responsibility kind of a behavior that comes when we are providing everything in a balanced way. Like compensation and benefits are yes competitive, we are providing a positive work culture, we are providing career development opportunities. Job satisfaction obviously comes with all this. Okay, so we have to assess employee engagement levels through surveys. We can do it, feedback mechanisms, and metrics such as yes, employee net promoter score, engagement survey scores, and participation in training and development programs. There we can also check this. Okay, next is training and development metrics. Very obvious, we have to track training completion rates, skill acquisition, and the impact of training programs on employee performance and organizational outcomes. Okay, so yes, how much time it takes to complete the training, how much skills are acquired, and yes, what is the impact of training program on employee performance, like employee performance is improved or not, and up to which level. So these metrics will tell that. Next is HR operations metrics. Now again, monitoring day-to-day processes, HR processes and operations such as what? Yes, time and attendance, payroll accuracy, HR service delivery metrics, and obviously compliance with regulatory requirements, because yes, what HR operations executive do, it's these simple tasks, day-to-day tasks. So we can measure this from these metrics. Next is diversity and inclusion metrics. This is important. I always add this point, diversity and inclusion, because yes, this is a major issue whether we talk about it or not, but yes, this is, and this has become a major issue nowadays. This is measuring diversity metrics like workforce composition by gender. Okay, Next is ethnicity. Next is other demographic factors, as well as tracking progress towards diversity and inclusion goals. Very important, all this. Okay. So next is the importance. Yes, we all know that these metrics and analytics helps us to have a conclusion, to form a decision, to take decision, and lots of other things related to the organization. So let's discuss with few points. So first is informed decision making. Yes, it helps in providing, data driven insights that actually enable organizational leaders and HR professionals to make informed decisions about workforce planning, talent management, and strategic initiatives. Like if I talk about recruitment metrics, or if I talk about retention metrics, okay, and I have seen that yes, attrition rate is really high, people are leaving. So yes, I have to plan my workforce for the future. Otherwise, what will happen in future? I won't be having much employees. Okay, next is performance monitoring and improvement. We have to track key metrics that allows organization to monitor performance trends over time. And yes, identify areas for improvement and implement target interventions to address challenges and capitalize on opportunities. It definitely helps in performance monitoring, and we can improve this performance. Now, I always say, even if we are doing performance management, even if we are adopting performance appraisal, all these activities, all these processes, all these strategies, initiatives, whatever we are taking related to performance, related to evaluation of performance, is not to fire an employee, not to fire a team, not to fire a manager, but it's finding areas for improvement where we are lacking. Okay. So from these we can measure. Next is resource allocation. Now allocate resource effectively based on yes data driven insights. Ensure that HR initiatives and investments are aligned with organizational priorities and deliver maximum value to the organization. Next is risk management. Again important, identifying and monitoring HR metrics related to compliance. Where is the risk? Okay, what are the areas where risk can be there? What are the areas where risk is involved? So, employee relations, workforce planning, and that helps mitigate risk associated with legal and regulatory compliance, labor disputes, and talent shortages. Next is talent acquisition and retention. Again, analyzing recruitment and retention metrics helps organizations optimize their hiring processes, attract top talent, and yes, reduce turnover rates by addressing underlying factors contributing to attrition. Okay. Next is employee engagement and satisfaction. We all know, we have discussed about this in detail. So yes, measuring employee engagement and satisfaction levels enables organizations to identify, again that's what I said, identifies drivers of engagement, implement strategies to improve employee morale and foster a positive work environment. We need to work on these areas. If we will take these things for granted, then yes, we will have issues in the future. Okay, so yes, if I have to summarize this, so HR metrics and analytics play a vital role. Yes, we can say a very important, critical, vital role in driving organizational performance, and again that informing strategic decision making, and obviously optimizing HR processes and initiatives. By leveraging data driven insights, organizations can enhance workforce productivity, foster employee engagement, and achieve their business objectives effectively. Right? So this is all about HR metrics and analytics. And yes, in the next session, we are going to discuss about HR data analysis and interpretation, how this is different from HR metrics and analytics. We are going to discuss that also. There, we will be discussing in detail about data analysis part. Here we were discussing only about the metrics and how they relate and how we can use analytics. On day 11, we are going to discuss more about analysis of HR data and interpretation. What is the process? Fine. So I hope so this is helpful, and if it's helpful, please do let me know in the comment section. And yes, I have told you that 14 and 15 session in this will be a query session. So if you have any queries, please post it over here. And don't forget to check all the sessions from day 1 to day 9. You can check a little bit introduction part, and if you feel that yes, they are worth, then you can definitely watch them. Okay, from my point of view, yes, this information, when I was pursuing HR, or I was trying to step into this profession, I never get this much detailing. And here I'm providing you through channel. So yes, this can really help you. Okay. So if it's helpful, please do let me know in the comment section. Until next video, all the very best. Stay happy, stay safe. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.